Hey everybody, I'm Katallina, and today we're here to talk about episode 10 of Tower of God, season 2. In today's episode, I think there were two central things that were really being driven home. One is a parallel between the connection between our right-winged demon guy and his friend Cassano. I think his name is Ilmar or something. I still can't pronounce it with beans. But anyway, the connection between them versus the connection between Bam and Khun. And the fact that these two were specifically looking for each other, whereas there is every conceivable possibility that Bam and Khun could actually end up meeting, and that will be completely out of the blue, and it will be very interesting in each situation to see what those interactions are or will be like, because in each situation, these people haven't seen each other in a long time. On the other hand, though, we have the varying aspects of connectivity between different characters and these two central sets of characters, and how the characters surrounding them interact. The interaction between Ran and I can't think of the taller guy's name from Khun's team, but the fact that they have this very bickering dynamic until things get serious. In opposition to the more gentle-natured and clumsy kinds of interactions between the friends that Bam has made on our current team, and the fact that everybody is gradually coming around to the idea of going after our right-wing devil friend who has wandered off, and the fact that Bam took the last vehicle, and the fact that now our fire chickie in the blue dress is like, hey, maybe I can get us a vehicle, and then everybody's working with her and everybody's teaming up. And the two more gentle and fragile characters, thanks to Bam's interaction and what he did, are actually sound asleep and hopefully safe, because this situation would probably not ideally be really a good thing for them. And while they could definitely cause some potential drama and stress in a storytelling sense, there's still plenty of that to go around without them, so it's not necessarily required that they be there and they be in peril. Although it is kind of interesting because we know that the devil-winged guy that we're talking about here, the guy in the black coat, I know, I'm so bad with names. We know that he likes the girl in the pink shirt with the glasses. So the fact that she isn't directly involved is kind of a shame in that sense. But she and the little girl are not really powerful fighters on the same level as the majority of other characters. So, I mean, it really depends on what they're trying to drive home, and if they brought those two into the mix too much, on top of everything else going on here, it would potentially be kind of cluttered. What I do like is that we are starting to see parts of this aspect begin to unravel and be exposed and explored. We actually see parts of Khun's team showing up and confronting our main man with the right-wing devil arm, and we see that his friend Cassano has actually also shown up, and we get to see some of his abilities, and he's pretty cool. Now, I wonder why he is trying to bring his friend here, and what his goal and objective are. Is he working for someone? Is he a lone agent? What's actually going on? Because we don't really get a lot of confirmation on that here, and it definitely leaves things up in the air. We also find something really interesting out when we are with Khun, though, when Khun is fighting against the Naga man with the creepy-ass tongue, and he finds out that somebody called the Rabbit is the one who has hired him to kill anyone who shows up. And later in the episode, as it wraps up and ends, we actually, as far as I can tell, get a glimpse under the hood of the girl who is with Bam right now, and it's very likely she is the one who hired the Snake Man, which means that when she warns people that they shouldn't go into this area alone, she may actually be the underlying culprit as to why it's currently so dangerous. We don't yet know why she's doing that, though, or what her motive is, if it is her, and if I'm not just speculating. But that's definitely very intriguing. I also really liked Khun's overall performance in this episode, but I mean, that's no surprise. He is my favorite. And I really loved how he's basically like, well, I no longer need you. And I'm thinking, oh shit, he just stabbed that guy. He's gonna end it. But no, he actually just knocked him out, which was interesting. I thought that guy was dead. And I also really liked the fact that the guy's all like, I can fight you. You're weak. You're just a light light bearer or whatever the hell it is. And Khun's like, I'm not a light bearer because I'm weak. I'm a light bearer because I like giving orders. And I laughed so hard at that. I just love that. He's just the kind of character I absolutely can get behind in pretty much any kind of story. And he just runs this really tight gamut between moments where he can be an absolute asshole, where he can be ice cold, where he can be like, you'd want to be anywhere but with him. And not because he's necessarily incredibly physically strong, but because he is capable but has such incredible mental prowess that he is just amazing and is an absolute joy to watch. And you never know just what he's gonna do next. And him in contrast to Bam, who is much more straightforward, much more honest, much more forthcoming as a character in general, and who actually does have power and stuff to back that up at this point in the story, makes for a very interesting contrast. And it's going to be really interesting to see just how things might go down if they do end up meeting up. And I really wonder whether they will. And if the possibility for them to meet up happens, and if Khun recognizes it first, whether he'll let it happen. And I mean, I'm kind of torn on that, because on one hand, I'm sure Khun would love to talk to Bam again. I'm sure Khun would love to know Bam is alive again, all this sort of thing. But there is a factor that this overlooks, and she wasn't really emphasized here, but we have to think about what that would imply with the fact that Khun has connection to Rachel, and the fact that if Bam and Rachel are reunited again, we don't exactly know what's going to happen, but there is every possibility, because underneath all of the tough guy training, Bam is still just a really nice person. There's every possibility that she would get to actually do stuff to him again. And Khun might just be like, nah, I got plans for this bitch. And he might actually interfere, because Khun is known for interfering in things in general. That is something I would not put past him. It was just an overall really interesting episode though, and I definitely enjoyed it. I wonder just how things will pick up next week, because we seem to be leaving off with a bunch of different confrontational situations getting started. So that could be very fascinating, but these are just my thoughts. I'd love to know what you guys thought of this episode, so drop a comment below and let me know, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. See you later. Bye!